Hello everyone, welcome to this video on an overview of transport module in IFW Campus ERP 2.0. During this video, you will have a look and feel about the product. In the module list at the left, there is a module Transport. The module is divided into three parts: Masters, Forms and Reports. Let's have a look at the dashboard of this module. The dashboard gives you an easy access to any form in the module. First, we look into the masters. The form vehicle allows you to maintain the details about any vehicle. For example, you have to select a vehicle type. You have to provide a vehicle number and a registration number, the total number of seats in the vehicle, maximum capacity of the vehicle, and other details that have been listed on the form. You have to mention whether the vehicle has been owned or hired by the institute. If the vehicle is not in use, you can use this option provided here. Along with the vehicle details, there are certain other details that have to be kept for record, like insurance dates, PUCs, vehicle fitness, and other details like the expiry date, passenger start date, passenger expiry date, permit expiry and permit start date. These all details are kept for record. The driver who will be dealing with the vehicle is inserted here, along with the helper details, helper 1 and helper 2. This is how you have to keep your vehicle details on this form. These details can be extracted in the report format using these options: Export, Export Plus and Report Plus. The Export option gives you the data in HTML, PDF, Excel, CSV, etc. When you export the data, all the data listed in the listing section will be extracted as it is. If you want a modified data, use Export Plus button. Like, you can arrange your fields as per your requirement and click on Export in order to get the report. You can save this template by giving a template name here, like vehicle details, and click on save. So this template has been saved for future use with all these selections. Next time, whenever you go to Export Plus, under this report template section, you will get your saved templates. When you select these templates, all the selections that you saved in that template will be fetched automatically, and you can simply generate the reports. This avoids the rework of every time. You can use these options like show serial number, show in descending order, usernames, date and time, etc. After entering the vehicle details, you have to enter the stoppage details. You have to simply put a stoppage name and click on save. The routes, you have to simply add a route name, mark it as active, and select all the stoppages. These are the stoppages that you have entered, which are listed here. Select the stoppages that this route covers and then save. You have to select them and then save. So these are the stoppages that are being covered by this. These are the stoppages that are being covered by this route. Vehicle route relation. Once the vehicle details are entered, stoppage details are entered, and we have defined the routes, we will now enter the vehicle route relations. Click on Add New. Select the particular route. Select the vehicle. The registration number will flow from the masters, and click on Save. This means that this bus number 6720 will be going on route 1, and it will cover all those stoppages which have been given relation to this route 1. If the relation already exists, you will get this message in order to avoid any duplicate entry. See this relation with route 1, bus and 6720, it already exists. You can use export button to export the data directly as it is shown in the listing section, and export plus to modify your reports as per your requirement. Like you want in descending order along with the serial number, you can export it like this. So this is how you got your report. You can save this template as we showed you earlier for future purpose. Next time, whenever you go to this report, under this report template, you will get your saved records along with the selections that you have made. You can simply generate this report. After defining the vehicles, stoppages, routes and route relations, you have to define the route fee. The fee amount that has to be charged on each route as per the stoppage. The fee amount is charged on the stoppage, like you selected the vehicle type, route, company and fee head like conveyance fee, and the number of installments in which you want to charge the fee amount. So you have to mention the amount here. This is the complete amount for each stoppage. Like if the stoppage is far away, it will be charged more. If the stoppage is nearby, it will be charged less. This is how the amount is applicable on each stoppage. For example, if any student opts only for a single-sided bus facility, like they will be using the bus facility only once, only for departure or only for arrival, you can charge a one-sided amount. Like your one-sided amount charges suppose a half of complete amount. You can mention it here like this and save your records. So this is the fee amount that will be charged on the students who are using transport facility and according to the stoppage from where they are coming. Vehicle shifting. Vehicle shifting allows you to move the students from one vehicle to another. Click on fill. The students you from this stoppage will be listed here. Now you want to shift it to another stoppage. This is how the students have been shifted from one stoppage to another. You can just check the records here. This is done when a student's address has been changed or the pickup point has been changed. So due to these reasons, this vehicle shifting is allowed. The import feature allows you to import the data in bulk into the ERP. Like you want to import the vehicle details. So what you have to do is get the details in Excel, copy and paste them here, click on validate and click on import in order to import the details. Similarly, you can import the stoppage details, the route details, vehicle in-outs, stoppage masters, routes, etc. After the master section comes the form section. Once you have defined all the masters about vehicles, stoppages, routes and their relations, you have to provide the relations to employees and to students who are using the transport facility of the organization. Like we talk about students first. Select the college, select the course and class. You can apply the transport facility for any particular month if required. Like the student wishes to opt the transport facility only for 2 months, you can select only 2 months or 3 months as required. If the student is willing to opt the facility for complete year, there are two options. Either you select all or leave them all blank. All blank, it means all are selected, applicable to all. Select the student from here. So once you have selected the student, select the vehicle which the student will be using, whether the morning shift or evening shift. Select the route and the stoppage from where the student is coming. As per the stoppage, the fee amount will be charged on the student. Like an amount of ₹500 has been charged in 2 installments, so it is coming twice, installment 1 and installment 2. So this is how the relation is given to the students. Along with this, you have to select the registration number, which vehicle will be used, and if whether the fee is applicable on the student or not. If the fee is applicable, you have to check this button. If the student has left the bus facility, you can use this left and cancel option. Now there is a feature, departure from different arrival. The student is arriving from one stoppage and departing to another stoppage. There are certain cases of this kind, so you have to use this option, that this will be the arrival stoppage and the departure stoppage is different from arrival. So in the evening, student will depart from another route. So departure route has to be mentioned here. This is how these relations are given to the students. Similar to the students, relations are given to the employees also. Click on Add New, select the college, employee name, employee code and gender will be fetched from the master details that have been entered in the ERP. Select the bus that they will be using in the morning or in the evening. Similar to the student, select the month for which the bus facility is applicable. If it is applicable for all the months, you can do two things: either select all months or don't select any month. If none of the month has been selected, the fees or the facility is applicable for all the months. Select the route that the employee will be using and the stoppage that the employee will be using. Select the bus, vehicle number. If you want to deduct the amount, mention the amount for the employee here, and if you want it to be deducted from the salary, use this option along with the company name, that which company will be used for this deduction. Similar to the students, if the departure is different from the arrival, the departure details are to be maintained here and then save the record. This is how relations with the transport facility are provided to the employees as well as to the students. You can also take the attendance for transport for the students. Select the route, the shift, and click on Fill. All the students will be listed here. You can mark them as present by checking them. If the student is not there in the bus, just uncheck the student or don't check it in order to mark the student as absent and click to save the records. Throughout the ERP, the Export and Export Plus buttons allow you to extract the reports. This is how you can extract the reports. And using Export Plus button, you can modify the reports as per your requirement. This is the report generated using the Export Plus feature with the desired fields arranged in the desired format. You can also save this template as it has been selected for the future use. Like, give a template name here and click on Save. So along with this selection, this template has been saved here for future purpose. select the template and generate your reports as desired. So these are the report formats available, or you can also create your own report formats. There are two forms, vehicle in-out register and vehicle expenses, which are used to keep some additional records about the vehicle. Like, vehicle in-out register is used to maintain the in and out timing of the vehicle. At what time the vehicle was out and at what time the vehicle is in. Go to add new, select the vehicle type, vehicle number and the type, whether I stands for in, that the vehicle is in the campus, and O stands for out, the vehicle is out of the campus. Number of staff members that are there and number of students that are there. At what time the vehicle was out, let's say suppose 2 p.m. vehicle was out. So you kept this record in your ERP. You can generate these in and out record reports using this export and export plus feature. Export plus feature allows you to modify your report, as we have told you earlier. Like you want date first and then time, you can arrange it as per your requirement. This is how a report has been generated as per your requirement. You can save this template for future use. Whenever next time you go to Export Plus, this template will be visible to you in the report section. Just select this template. All the selections will be fetched automatically. This will avoid your rework. And if you wish to edit this template at any point of time, you can edit it and save it again and click on export to generate the desired reports. This is how you will get your reports. Next in the list is vehicle expenses. There are certain expenses of the organization or institute on the vehicles. Either they own it or they hire it. In order to maintain all those expense details, this form has been provided in ERP. This is how you can keep the expense details. Give a date, the vehicle type, vehicle number, driver who is driving that vehicle, fuel quantity that was used, and the kilometers that the vehicle has run. The fuel rate. So fuel rate and quantity is your expense amount. It will be calculated. Then you have to select the vendor as well as the expense type. It can be fuel, it can be service, it can be maintenance cost, and the bill number. After making all these entries, simply save your records and generate the reports using Export and Export Plus button as it has been shown to you earlier. The export gives you the general details as it is, and Export Plus feature allows you to modify the details and create your own reports. Suppose you want vehicle registration number, vehicle type, driver name, bill, and these are the expenses, and generate the report. So this is how you generated a report as per your requirement. You can save this template by giving a template name for future use. Whenever next time you go to this Export Plus, you will get this saved template here. Select your template. All the fields will be fetched as you selected them and saved them. You can simply generate your reports. This avoids the rework every time you want to generate any report. So these are the functions of Export and Export Plus. Still, there are certain reports which are not fulfilled by Export and Export Plus. So for that, we have provided an option, Report Plus. This Report Plus option you will get on the vehicles form. This gives you some predefined reports which are not allowed to modify. After the masters and forms section comes the report section. It gives you some card reports like transport iCard. You can generate the student transport iCard using this option. Click on generate and click on print. So this is how the iCards for transport are generated for each student as well as for employees or any other members who are using the transport facility. This was all about the transport module. Thank you.